We finally reached the trailhead of Mount Osceola, but we got a little bit lost on the way. As you can see, we are here. But where did we start? Well, there. But before we even walked up this road, we walked up this way because some idiot guy told us to. So, 6 miles later, we finally reached the trailhead. And now, we're relaxing after walking 6 miles. Any words?
It was fun. Not really.
We've been walking for the past 7 hours, trying to find the top of Mount Osceola, but we couldn't find it. So, word of advice, never hike Mount Osceola. Wow, that Powerade tastes so good. After wandering around in the woods for 7 hours. So Taylor, what happened today?
I don't know. We hiked 15.88 miles to nowhere.
We tried to hike Mount Osceola, but we did not get to the top. We spent 7 hours in the woods and ended up hiking almost 16 miles.
It was terrible.
So, why, you may ask? That's a great question. We parked the car, and then we looked at the trail map that was like on this little poster, right? We're like, okay, it's this way. So we walked that way. We saw a sign that said Lower Osceola. Well, that did not lead to Mount Osceola. So after being confused, we saw this guy. We went up to him, we're like, hey, how do we hike Mount Osceola? And he's like, oh yeah, go up this way. You'll get there. I'm like, alright. He told us we wouldn't get lost, but guess what happened? We got lost. Thank you, random strange man from the forest. The trail that he told us to hike ended up going to a...
Oh, it's like an empty campground. It's like a table.
It was like this random pasture with a picnic table. Not the top of a mountain. We walked back down, walked up a different road, instead of driving up the road. It was closed to vehicles. Ruby, what happened? What did we have to do? Yes, we had to walk 2.5 miles just to find the bottom of the trail. So by the time we actually reached the trailhead of Mount Osceola, we had already walked 6 miles. Alright, we're finally here, whatever. Even though we're tired, we will do it because we've already walked all this way. 3.2 miles to the top. That's what the sign said. But guess what? We walked 4.1 miles and still did not reach the top. By then it was like 2:45 and it was misting and getting dark for some reason, which we didn't know. And we were by ourselves in the middle of nowhere. We decided to go back. We walked back down the mountain, back down to the car. By the time we had reached the car, it was 5 o'clock. We had walked 16 miles over 7 hours to absolutely nowhere. So if there's one thing we learned from this, do not hike Mount Osceola. You will go up the trail, expecting to find the top of a mountain, but what will you find? Nothing! Just more trail and more trees, and no view and no happiness, and you will just be disappointed with your life. So do not hike the mountain, okay? Thank you. This is horrible.
I can't.